Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Geek Boulevard. Steve here bringing you your movie review of the week. One of my most anticipated movies of the summer is F1. I finally got the chance to see the movie and I'm here to give you my full and honest thoughts. F1 is directed by Joseph Kosinski. It is rated PG-13 with a runtime of 2 hours and 36 minutes. In the 1990s, Sonny Hayes was Formula One's most promising driver until an accident on the track nearly ended his career. 30 years later, the owner of a struggling Formula One team convinces Sonny to return to racing and become the best in the world. Driving alongside the team's hotshot rookie, Sonny soon learns that the road to redemption is not something you can travel alone. I don't think it's a surprise to say that Joseph Kosinski and his cinematographer Claudio Miranda, who joined forces again for this project, they just work so well together and it shows in the film itself. Fans of Top Gun Maverick, for example, they're gonna feel right at home with this movie. All the wide shots and the POV and the driver's seat, moments that are all throughout the film, they're so intense and so raw that it blows my mind how they were able to just achieve all this footage and how they brought it all together in the final edit. There were just so many cool shots to pick from. Like, it's just impossible to pick my favorite. You really feel like you're in the driver's seat when those intense race sequences happen, and when they crash, it's even more intense. It's everything that I expected from a movie of this caliber, and it more than delivers on that front. The story is rather simple in its execution, but this is a film that knows exactly what its audience wants. It knows what it is, and it's out to deliver spectacle, and that's what you're going to get with this movie. Nothing but spectacle. It's a visual delight, just like Top Gun Maverick, and if you go into this with that mindset, I think you're going to walk away from this more than happy. Sometimes you just want to go to a movie that doesn't talk down to you, doesn't try to be anticlimactic or deliver a message that kind of gets lost in translation. F1 doesn't do that at all. It's a feast for the eyes, and its sole purpose is to entertain. And it wants you to leave the theater feeling like you watched a blockbuster, and that is what I felt walking out of my theater. Brad Pitt is our main star here, and he plays Sonny Hayes. My mileage kind of varies with Brad Pitt. Like, sometimes I like him and sometimes not so much. I guess it depends on like the character that he's playing, but his way of acting has always been kind of the same throughout a lot of his roles as of late. But I think his approach to his performance in this film works because I think it fits with his character. Sonny is an unorthodox, washed-up racer who missed out on his chance at the big time. And when he gets that chance, he just, completely scraps the rules and just does his own thing. And it works really well for his character, for his performance. His rivalry with his teammate, Joshua Pierce, played by Damson Idris, is definitely the next big thing that works well about this movie, outside of the visuals, of course. I do think Idris brought the most emotion compared to Pitt, so I think if there was a standout performance, for me, it would be Idris, for sure. Pierce is a cocky rookie that just wants all the fame, all the glory, the money, and he's clearly kind of doing this for the wrong reasons at first. And seeing the relationship, that the two of them have from the start, how it evolves towards the end, I thought was really my favorite aspect of those characters. They start out really hating each other, and then you see that these two actually have more in common than they thought they did. And they actually have a lot to learn from one another. They could also benefit from taking those necessary steps to work together as a team to win. And to see that unfold and evolve throughout the story was great, and I loved their sort of, opposing methods of how they do things when it comes to racing, and how that all eventually just comes together in the end, and how they develop sort of a mutual respect and understanding for each other's love of racing. The music was a shock to me in terms of like who composed it, because I had no idea that Hans Zimmer was behind the score for this until I saw his name in the opening credits. And it makes perfect sense why, as those big moments that he brought together for those really intense racing sequences on the track, they were just very thunderous and epic in their scope in a way that really only someone like Hans Zimmer can pull off. Now, is it a score I could go back to listen to on my own time? Not sure on that one yet, but I just think for the tone of the film that this is going for, it works really well and just complements and elevates those sequences even more. Now, in terms of negatives, I don't really have any to speak of, honestly. I mean, I guess if I had to nitpick something, I would probably say that the romance in the story is really weak between Pitt and Carrie Condon, who plays Kate, the technical director for the team. They have good chemistry, but I just feel like it wasn't fully fleshed out. I mean, honestly, if you're going into this film expecting like Oscar-worthy character performances, you're probably going to be disappointed for the most part. I think overall, I have to give F1 a score of 5 out of 5. A technical and visual marvel from start to finish, F1 is another big hit from director Joseph Kosinski. Everything from the gorgeous cinematography, the intense and visceral racing sequences that put you in the driver's seat just provides so much adrenaline, you'll easily be on the edge of your seat. Performances from our main cast, from Brad Pitt all the way to Javier Bardem, range from good to great, with Damson Idris being the standout. Simply put, if you want in-your-face racing action at the highest quality, F1 is definitely for you. But those are my thoughts. Now I want to know what you guys thought of this movie. Leave a comment down below and tell me what your thoughts are on F1 and how would you rank it on your list of like professional racing movies, I guess. I'm sure there's a few of them out there, right? Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed, and if you're feeling adventurous, why not subscribe? Tick that notification bell so you can always be notified when my next movie review or trailer reaction drops on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to stay classy, stay geeky, and I'll catch you in the next video.
I'm offering you an open seat in Formula One. The only place you could say, if you win, you are the absolute best in the world.